A year ago, I created the first iteration of Mind Worlds on this very table. So it was, I think it was late July. I had 3 weeks to do it, 3 weeks during which my partner wasn't here, because it was initially meant as a gift for her birthday. And so, like day on, day after day, from the early morning to the end of the afternoon, I worked on the game, and we are now 1 year later. The game has had a second set, a lot of changes happened, we created a TTS mode for it, and we are now steadily heading towards the third set of Mind Worlds. And so I thought I'd make a tiny video just to go through some updates that occurred and how the game changed since then. So the first thing that we are doing with this third set is that we are updating the card back of the cards. So this was the original design, which doesn't fit that well anymore with the way the cards look. So I struggled a lot, I remember, when I first designed it, because the first set was based on Pluchik's will, and I didn't know if there would be any other set in the future. But so I just tried to make a neat design of it, and in the end it clashes a bit with the game. And so we took some time in the last 2 weeks to create a new card back. And so we went through a few iterations. We asked people on Discord and other places what they thought. We did some tiny thumbnails for them, and we ended up with a whole new card back that we are really happy with, that really fits the game. The second thing that we did is that we also updated the front of the cards. So this is the very old first design. I still like it, it's still nice, but there's a few issues with it. There's a lot of information that we don't really need in the game, and also the way it's created with these different boxes with for the effects and the gains, etc. It's all things that take a lot of space and forces us to have weird wordings on the card. So we got rid of it. We also updated the name of the card to make them more memorable, and we finally put them on top. Because it's something that we didn't do. It's something that I didn't do in the original version. I had the game in the very middle of the card, and games that were meant to represent thoughts, since every card in the game is a thought. And let's say that it wasn't that memorable. People had a hard time remembering the cards by their name. So now we went through all the previous cards, we updated the design to make them way easier to parse and also easier to understand. We changed a few of the wordings. All of the effects are the same. It's just the way that we show them that is different. Then, something that is coming with the third set, a new innovation for the game, is that we're finally gonna have cards with dual colors. So for the moment we only had basically the 8 initial colors. So the 8 initial emotions of Pluchik's will. And now we are going to have the combinations of them. So we are going to start with the simple combinations, meaning the colors that are adjacent to each other. So I'm probably going to show a few cards on the screen. But in order to do that, we thought that it would be quite interesting to ask for the help of some artists. So for now, all the cards that we've made for the first and second set, they were drawn by me and Nick Jay-Z, my partner. And for this third set, well, first of all, Nick Jay-Z made a lot more drawings for the third set. I'm quite excited about that. And for all these, for most of these dual color cards, we commissioned different artists, I think 10 or 12 in total, and they made really nice drawing. And so we have all these dual emotions. We have once again the shapeshifter that comes back as a new card, and we have another secret card that contains all the colors, and that's a very special one, and that's connected to the lore of the game. So we have all of these new cards that are coming. Initially every set had 80 cards. This one has 90, so we added 10 more cards. And I'm quite happy to say that for the third set, all the cards are now drawn, all the effects have been made, all the art has been made, and so all that we are waiting on now is to name them. So we are quite excited about that. We are also happy that we are already done with it a few months before the third set should come out, which should be on the 1st of November. So all that is nice and neat. And finally, the last element that I wanted to touch on, I'm trying to keep this video quite short, is that we also expanded on the lore of the game. So I did mention that we had, in addition to these dual color cards, we have the shapeshifter that comes back, which is the white card in the game. And we also have an all color cards that's a fluff. And so for the moment, the lore of the game, how it was shown tiny pieces by tiny pieces in the videos, is that you have this character, this shapeshifter, this creature that is kind of a wizard, kind of an intriguing being. And basically we came to learn that it's the one who created the game, meaning that he turns different creatures into cards and plays with them. So that's where the game Mind Worlds comes from. And now, with my partner, we kind of discussed a bit about this lore and where this character came from, etc. And so we created a tiny lore poem that is now on the shorts that we are putting on the channel. And basically this lore poem explains a bit of the adventures of the shapeshifter and how it came to become, how it ended up creating this game. And we also know a bit more of what came before that. So the idea is that initially there was nothing, then there came this kind of creature that got split in two. So one half was the shapeshifter, and the other half was the first fluff, which is this new card with all colors. And so the first fluff is the one that slowly spread itself, so it created more and more fluffs. And fluffs, and another part of the lore, is that after they get born, they kind of tend to travel the lands, and they slowly turn into a new species of creature. So they kind of represent these original beings that turn into all the creatures of Mind Worlds. And the shapeshifter is the opposite of that. It was the other half of this creature. So rather than being able to spread itself, all it wants is to get back to how it was before. So all it's trying to do is to collect and capture all of these beings that have been created by its other half. So you kind of have this duality of spreading and decay, of growth and decay. It's a theme that we often use in our drawings and in the tiny creations that we make. And it's something that we really like, this duality of growth and decay, and simply this notion of change, and how all the things that exist just never really disappear but just keep on changing. And so we thought it was a pretty interesting idea to put into the game. So I'm trying to keep this video short, but basically this video is just to explain kind of all the things that happened since the last update. And after that, I'm gonna record 2 other videos. One is gonna be about a few changes on the products that we offer and how people play the game, how people are able to play the game. And the third one is gonna be a bit more about the growth of Mind World and the tiny goals that we have and where we are trying to bring the game to. So I hope you like this one, and I'm gonna see you later.